Alright, what is up everyone? We're back again with another So You Want to Play competitive Fortnite. Just some, start-in messages or whatever they're called. I'm probably going to switch up the titles of all these videos and take out the So You Want to Play competitive Fortnite so I have more room for other type of information in the title. I'll just be straight up with you guys. I need to put more shit in the title so more people click on it. But also I just want to help as many people as possible, so if this video comes in your recommended and you're like, man, I'm not gonna click on it because it doesn't catch your eye, and then it does, and then you learn something new, then boom, you're good. But anyway, I'm just gonna title this something else and take out the So You Want to Play competitive Fortnite, but I'll be adding every competitive Fortnite tips, tricks, guide thing in the playlist, so you can just go through the playlist and watch it if you want to watch it all. Secondly, the gameplay you're going to see in the background is me practicing and warming up. So I haven't been on my Fortnite all day, and I've just been hopped on and playing. I'm not going to give you the shit where I free build after playing for 4 hours like other people do. That is literally me practicing new retakes, practicing my aim, practicing my piece control. So it's all authentic, all raw. You can see me fuck up tons of times and shit like that, but you just watch it in the background. Anyway, so now to get actually onto the video. This is probably going to be a long one. Maybe I'll split it up into 2 videos. Probably not, but we'll see what happens. Alrighty, so in this episode, we're going to be talking about identifying your playstyle. So this is needed, and every single Fortnite player has their own playstyle. So first off, there's basically 2 types of playstyles. There's aggressive and defensive. Now, you'll find yourself in one of these and be weaker at the other one. That's just, how it is. So if you're an aggressive person or playstyle, you are constantly pushing, constantly fighting. You have to be a really good fighter, your mechanics have to be insane. Okay, so you have to be grinding creative a lot, grinding in arena, grinding all that, and just making sure that you're fighting a lot. You love to fight, you love to hop into people's boxes, you love to push people, you love to do all that. That's being aggressive. So coming with aggressive is defensive, and defensive is someone who plays slow. They don't hop into your box, they play back a few boxes, they play for angles, they play for peaks, they play to chip you down, then eventually maybe they do hop in the box, but only when they know it's like 100% going to win. So just to break it down even further, aggressive people wants to put their opponent in an uncomfortable situation, that is, they're being pressured. If you're being pressured constantly, it's harder to play perfectly, and it's easier to make mistakes. And when you make mistakes, the person W keying capitalizes on those mistakes, and then that's how you end up losing. Now, if you play defensively and you play slow, you put them in a different situation because that's what you're used to. So imagine you're an aggressive W keyer and you're pushing me, but I'm somebody who likes to play defensively. I like to play slow. I like to play in the box rather than outside the box. So basically, what that means, that puts you in an uncomfortable situation because you're used to pushing people who are who feel pressured inside the box and make mistakes. I'm not saying I don't make mistakes, but let's just say I'm, a fucking god here and I don't make any mistakes. So then that would put you into an uncomfortable situation, and then you would make mistakes because you're like, wait a second, in order to beat this guy, I have to play a lot slower. I have to slow down what I'm doing because he knows what I'm going to do before I do it. And that's what I'm good at. And I'm good at like reading patterns and being like, okay, when this guy cranks for hype, he always goes to the right side and then cone jumps to the left right after he does whatever fucking face sway retake. And then I catch him off and peek him down. So I force the pushing first and fuck the words. Defensive play styles forces the people who are pushing you to make mistakes, while aggressive play styles forces the people you're pushing to make mistakes. So that's the 2 play styles. If whichever one you identify with most, you're probably going to be weaker at the other one. So then you have to practice the other one. So if you wanted to practice W keying, you go into arena, you go into 50-man zone wars, and you just key nonstop. Okay? If you're worried about your points, fucking make a second account and key nonstop on that account. I have an account, and I've named it 0 earn and 0 PR, and I just push everybody on that account. It doesn't matter. I could be 10 health in the storm, and I'm sending you, okay? I don't care if you're clicks and you have all gold and I have a gray makeshift with 1 bullet. I'm sending clicks. That's my rule on that account. Close to champs on that account too, but that's a different story. Now, if you want to practice playing defensively and slow, play box fights, play realistics, play against people who want to push you hard. So then you can slow down the fights. And really what you want to do defensively is to let them jump down, and you have to play the mind game, because obviously there's pickaxe baited and all that crazy shit. So it's all about baiting them into a situation where you have an advantage over them. So that's really what you have to do. Now, that's how you practice the other playstyles. The reason why pros are so good is that most of them can do both. They can play aggressive and they can play defensive, and they can switch between them when they need to. So if you want to go pro and you just don't want to play competitive Fortnite, you want to actually be a professional player, make earnings, make a living out of this, you have to learn how to do both playstyles. Because what happens if you go up against somebody else who's equal skill as aggressive as you are, and he cracks you hard? What are you gonna do? You could either low key. Sometimes I think the best defensive move is by being more aggressive than the other person. So you could go back for another peek, but it's risky, super risky. Or you can run back and play defensive. Okay, but are you used to playing defensive? When he hops down on the stair, attacking your box, are you gonna edit right away as soon as he pulls out his pickaxe to bait you? Probably. And then you're gonna die. So connected with identifying your playstyle is identifying your strengths and weaknesses. I could make another video about this, but I think they're too closely correlated, so this is just gonna be a long video. So ask yourself these questions. What are you good at? Okay? What are you bad at? If you're a god in creative but you suck in arena, play a fuck ton of arena. If you're a god in arena but you suck ass at retakes, play a fuck ton of creative. If your edits and buildings are insane, then practice aiming. If your aiming is insane, practice editing and building. Whatever your weakness is, you have to practice those over your strengths, because you have to get your weaknesses on the same level as your strengths to be like an overall like a good player. To be the best, you have to be the best at everything. That's just simple. It's how it is. And that's it. So this is concluding the identifying your playstyle, strengths and weaknesses video. Next video we'll be talking about where to land and how to practice W keying in arena, and then we'll mid-game fighting and game fighting. So after this, we're gonna start getting into the actual game. We've just been practicing at this point now. We talk about practicing creatives, piece control, tarp, and tunneling, all that fun stuff. Now, after this video, we're going to start talking about the actual game. So where to land, all that fun stuff, and then we'll get into situational fighting, early game fighting, proving your mentality, proper way to get the champs, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy the video. If you have any tips for me or any criticisms, throw them in the comments below. I did make a TikTok, so I'm going to link that in the description. I'm just talking about, or in the TikTok, I'm just going to post like little segments of my YouTube videos and funny moments and 200 IQ moments and stuff like that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy. Cheers.